Blue Ox Productions presents 2014 EFI Ural spark plug wires. To start tonight's video, though, what we have here is from Odell Brewery Company up in Fort Collins, Colorado. We got a 90 shilling ale, and maybe a little bit of a trivia question. If you watch this video, maybe you can post where it got its name, 90 shilling ale, or what that might reference. Well, ever since I purchased Babe, I've had an intermittent problem. I think it's only been on the left cylinder, but if I drive in misty weather, what's really weird, it doesn't seem to happen if I drive in an all-out rain, but if I'm driving in misty weather or maybe a real dense fog, it's happened a couple of times, the left cylinder intermittently shorts out, and it'll do it. Then I'll pull the plug wire off and I'll fill it full of like the dielectric grease, put it back together, and it seems to work for a little while, but then it happens again. And so this is the old plug wire. This is what came on the early model 2014s. I'm not exactly sure if and when they switched. But two places where I found the problem is I found that the spark would come out from around the boot and down along the spark plug and short, short to the head. And I also found too that if you weren't careful, that the way this faced, water could get in up underneath this boot. Now you can see in the video, these are the stock spark plug wires, and basically what you did is there's a pin inside the coil, and you just basically shoved the end of the spark plug wire onto that pin. Not a very secure connection, probably not a very, I don't want to say it was unreliable, because I've taken Babe all over the place and never have it not run, but you know, maybe not run its best sometimes. So Ural came out with some new spark plug wires, which I just got a set yesterday, and here's one here. So a couple things I've noticed. The boot is roughly the same size as the one on there, but it seems to be a little bit more rugged. And what I like about it, it's got the, I don't know if you can see it in there, it's got the IMZ symbol on the end of the boot. It's got like little tabs so you can pull the boot off. So hopefully it seals a little bit better. One thing I notice is it's not 100%, but it's pretty smooth inside that spark plug boot. Inside this spark plug boot, there are definite, I don't know if you can see it in there, but there are definite ridges along the wall. So hopefully that'll secure it better to the plug and seal it good with the dielectric grease, and you don't get that spark escaping down along the plug. But what I really like about it is this piece right here. Inside the coil, there's a little pin, and this little metal tab has an opening on it, and it actually, there's kind of a positive click or a snap onto that pin. It might be real hard to see, but there's this little wire, lock ring, snap ring, that snaps up over the pin. What's interesting about this spark plug wire, though, which I don't understand for whatever reasons, it didn't come with this boot. So I'm assuming that we just slide this boot off, slide it on here, put it up in, snap that inside the coil, slide the boot over it, and slide this over. So the EFI Urals, here is a coil off of one. It takes two of them. And again, I'm not exactly sure if you can see up inside there, but there's a pin up inside there. So like with the old wires, you just shoved it in there. On the new ones, you have the metal tab. So I'm going to put this all together and kind of keep an eye on it. But these are new wires. Not exactly sure when Ural came out with them, but you can get them from your local dealer. They do look like they'll be a little bit more reliable and maybe a little bit more robust than what was on the bike.